Greetings, my beloveds. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Ani Cafe, the Violet Flame Intuitive. In this week's collective reading, we'll be delving into where the collective stands, past, present, and future. If you like what you've been hearing and seeing on my channel thus far, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and also leave a comment to let me know how these messages are resonating with you. So let's get started. In this reading, I have chosen to use a favorite deck of mine called the Game of Thrones. I don't watch a lot of TV, but every once in a while, I do get into a series or two. And back during the 2020 situation that we were in, I binged watched Game of Thrones and I quite enjoyed it. And I grew a liking to several of the characters and the storyline. And I ended up purchasing the deck. And I wanted to use the deck here because I felt like it would be a good one to pair with the idea of past, present, future, drawing on the personalities of the characters in the show as well as the situations that occurred in the show. Here we are looking at the full spread with 3 columns. The first column is what is behind us as a collective. What have we overcome, in other words? The second column is what is in front of us. What are we focused on now? What are we thinking about now? What is affecting us now? And the third column is what we have ahead of us. What will be coming into our consciousness in the near future. This collective reading is for the week of December the 8th through the 14th, 2024. So in this first column, I pulled the Ten of Cups and it is reversed. In the Game of Thrones tarot deck, the Ten of Cups depicts the Stark family. They were reunited at Winterfell where they lived. And the scene represents their ultimate goal, which was to find peace, safety, and joy together in their ancestral home after enduring immense hardship. The Ten of Cups traditionally signifies contentment, domestic bliss, lasting joy. But this card, I pulled it in the reverse. So that means that the energy is a sense of disconnection, discontent, disruption, unresolved issues. Keeping in mind, this is the position of what is behind us. So these are all energies that we have experienced in the recent past. So think about where in your life you have experienced any type of disconnection from family, friends, social groups, society as a whole. Where in your life have there been major disruptions? And where in your life were there unresolved issues that suddenly resolved themselves? So I clarified this card with the Death card, and it is also reversed. And it is the number 13 card in the tarot deck. In this card, it depicts Arya Stark. She, I believe, was the youngest of the Stark family in the Game of Thrones. And she's depicted on this card because her character embodies the transformative themes central to the card's meaning. She undergoes a series of transformative experiences, including the death of her family members, her training to be a warrior, her decision to reclaim her identity, and her role in avenging her family. These events mark the death of her childhood innocence and past self, allowing her to emerge as a stronger, more self-aware individual. So her energy is one of shedding old identities and embracing change, making her a fitting representation for the Death card, I must say. And so that is what we have just finished doing in the recent past. We have reached an ending of a cycle, an ending of relationships. Some of us may have moved homes, states, or countries. Some of us have given up old jobs or moved on to change our careers. We've ended friendships. And some of us have even experienced physical deaths of our loved ones. With this card being reversed, it comes out the same as in the upright, this transformation theme. But in the reverse, it comes with the emotions that were felt. Emotions such as anger, regret, shock, and stress. A lot of stress. We've all been through a lot. That 13 number is about transformation, death, and rebirth. It's about accepting what has completed, what has been left behind, what you have moved on from, and looking forward, moving on. The number 13 is often seen as a karmic number. Not only is it associated with transformation, but it's also associated with hard work and building solid foundations. It symbolizes a blend of the energies of the 1, which is independence and leadership and new beginnings, and 3, which is creativity, communication, and growth. 1 plus 3 reduces to 4, which is about stability, structure, and practicality. So 13 represents overcoming challenges. And that's where we are, collective. Many of us have overcome significant challenges through determination and effort, leading to our transformation and setting us up for long-term success. The number 13 also encourages perseverance, adaptability, and the ability to turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. So some of you out there have learned to turn lemons into lemonade. And I say kudos to you for that. So like I said, we've all been through a lot and we've come a long way. And we need to acknowledge that, accept where we are now, and look forward to the new beginnings and stepping into the unknowns with a positive attitude and inspiration for what's to come. So in this second column here, we have what is in front of us. What are we thinking about now? What are we focused on now? I pulled the 8 of coins. The picture in this card depicts a blacksmith in the Game of Thrones show at King's Landing. That's where the ruling family lived. And he's working tirelessly through the night to forge coins, symbolizing his dedication and craftsmanship. In the context of the show, this could relate to the role of artisans and workers who uphold the economic and symbolic elements of the city. This card represents apprenticeship, skill, and the pursuit of mastery. When I pulled this card, the first thing I heard was we still have work to do. We are in the process of planning, studying, and learning. We are in the beginning stages of setting up the foundation for our new beginning. And this is about applying any skills that we have learned from what we have been through and being dedicated to the task. Like an apprentice, we're applying what we have learned from what we have experienced. It is a positive card that indicates we will successfully finish the task. We will receive reward for any hard work that we have put in. We're leveling up. We're striving for mastery of this new phase of life that we're in. This is a part of our growth and expansion process. So I clarified this card also, and I got the 4 of Cups. And in this card, it depicts Sansa Stark and Lord Baelys. Littlefinger is what they call him in the show. They share a manipulative and complex relationship in the show. Littlefinger was once in love with Sansa's mother, Catelyn, and he claims to care for this young lady, Sansa, but ultimately he just uses her as a pawn in his pursuit of power. Initially, Sansa depends on him for protection after escaping King's Landing, but she soon realizes his manipulative nature and the danger he poses. Over time, Sansa grows wiser, ultimately rejecting his control. What it means is a hesitation, perhaps a dissatisfaction or a restlessness, some sort of doubt, cynicism, or apathy. It signifies low energy and motivation. So what this is telling me is that as we embark upon the work to expand our growth by applying what we learn, we need to trust the process of this growth journey. We need not grow weary of what we have before us, especially for those who are uncomfortable stepping into the unknown, those who are used to having more control over the things that are occurring around them. This card pairing is indicating that we need to believe that things are improving. Some of us may be exhausted and require rest. We need to take that rest. But all the while believing that the hard work that you put in and the work that you're doing now to continue is all going to pay off. Your time has not been wasted. So stay in the fight, guys. And this is also a time of creativity and craftsmanship. So you can try new things. Some of the things that came up for you in the past, this is your time to try them out. Is there a new hobby that you want to turn into a career, for example? Or is there a new way that you have learned to deal with emotional triggers? Now's the time to put those skills into practice. Use what you have learned from what you have been through to help yourself. You have what you need now to help yourself. We only need apply it. So in this last column, we deal with what is ahead of us. And in this column, I pulled the Six of Spears. The Six of Spears depicts Daenerys Targaryen. She is my favorite character in this show. They call her the Dragon Queen. She rides the dragon. She is a warrior spirit. In this scene, she's shown riding a horse triumphantly after freeing a group of highly trained warriors who were once enslaved. This moment in the show symbolizes her victory in liberating them and earning their loyalty as free individuals. It highlights her strength as a leader and her determination to fight against oppression while gaining allies for the cause. This scene marks an important step in her journey toward power and justice. So this card is about recognition, reward, and acknowledgement. Like I said, for the hard work that you put in, it's about appreciation that you will receive or feel as a result of the work that you have done. You will succeed and you will experience an uptick in your self-confidence as a result. So this is a positive outcome for the collective in the direction that we are headed, and I am glad to see it. I clarified the Six of Spears and got the Two of Spears. And again, we have Daenerys. And for me, this is a confirmation because Spirit knows how much I loved her character in the show. In this card, she looks out over the city from her balcony, and it symbolizes her role as a ruler and also the burden of leadership. The view reflects her struggle to impose her ideals in a city divided by cultural clashes and rebellion. It highlights her isolation and the weight of her decisions. It's also serving as a visual reminder of her broader ambitions for power and control, foreshadowing the challenges and consequences of her rule in the city and beyond. This Two of Spears is about making a choice, visualizing a plan, and daring to expand your horizons. Do I stay with what I know, or do I grow? This card also represents a portal into the spiritual realm. Do you walk through the door of spirit and start to, or continue to, trust that you are being divinely guided and walking in that knowing in making your decisions? We are all leaping into exciting new territory, and it is for us to embrace that. Some of us will be traveling to new places. Some of us will be embarking upon new partnerships, be they work partnerships or romantic partnerships. The possibilities are endless, especially for those of us who have put in the work. If you have listened to any of my previous videos, you will know that I talk about shadow work. And shadow work is about facing those beliefs that you hold and asking yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Are these beliefs still serving me in what I am trying to accomplish in this life? Where am I going along to get along, just to fit in with society? How do I choose myself and my own needs and what I need, even if it is not in alignment with popular opinion? It's about daring to be who you came here to be, not who society or your parents or your friends have told you you needed to be. You came here to live your life for you. And that does take courage. And so I believe that this reading is speaking to those of us who have had the courage to do the shadow work, to transform our lives from the inside out, to trust the process and the knowing that we are spiritually guided, and have now reached a point of transformation where our lives no longer look the same. If you look back 10 or 15 years ago and you look at yourself now, for those of you whose lives have completely changed, I'm talking to you. You're the ones that have put in the work. And I mean completely changed for the better. It's because you put in the work and you are now reaping the rewards of that. You have new wisdom. You're applying what you've learned from your experiences, and you're at the beginning stages of setting the foundation of where you will expand and grow and how you will expand and grow. And this work won't be easy, but it will be more in alignment with who you are, so it should not even feel like work. Your creative juices should be flowing. Listen to those creative urges. If you follow your heart and listen to your inner guidance system, you will be rewarded. You will be acknowledged. You will succeed in your goals. So this is what I have for you guys for this week. I wish you the best. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave a comment to let me know how these messages are resonating with you. Also, for next week, if you would like for me to look into anything in particular for the collective, just drop me a comment. Let me know. I'd be happy to do so. Until next week, peace be with you. Ashe.